With Xander, well, first of all, at that time he was just turned 3 and he was virtually nonverbal.
She would lash out, strike out at people. She was constantly angry. A lot of self-stimulating behaviors like the hand flapping, and she would put her hands up by her face.
Everything. I mean, she wasn't doing anything that she was supposed to be doing, developmentally. I mean, eating was a challenge. Pretty much everything she should be doing was a challenge.
And the fact that socially we had a lot of problems with him. I couldn't take him out anywhere in public. He would have meltdowns. He was afraid of seeing a lot of people.
He's stubborn. And he'll get stuck in a certain thing when he's got something on his mind. He's stuck. He won't give an inch.
You would talk to him and he wouldn't even look at you. He would stare into space. You knew that, this kid isn't really here.
We began to receive a lot of calls from families saying, we'll come wherever we need to get service. And my therapists were maxed out in terms of what they could do in the community. So by bringing in all the therapists into a clinic-based setting and having families come to us, we were able to increase the amount of service that we could provide to the community, and also increase networking opportunities for families, increase education of families, community education, and the information that's available to the therapists in terms of being able to consult together, to work together for the best needs of the clients.
Neurologic Music Therapy Services of Arizona is a non-profit corporation dedicated to providing the highest quality music therapy services in a positive, clinic-based atmosphere to all those who can benefit, not just those who can afford it. NMTSA also strives to provide family and community education services regarding neurologic music therapy, as well as positive behavioral and communication approaches for working with persons with disabilities. NMTSA serves individuals of all ages with developmental disabilities or neurologic impairments. NMTSA is recognized in the community as an outstanding provider for persons with autism and for providing a competency-based approach to treatment for all individuals served.
I know my wife originally found out about neurological music therapy, but and I was actually against it because what's it going to do? Why am I going to be spinning my wheels?
And we became aware that there were services available here. She's always enjoyed music. She's kind of had a knack for music since she was a little girl, and so when we first heard music therapy, we thought, oh, that sounds like it'd be great for her because she really responds to music.
I'm a firm believer in music in general and how it helps kids cognitively in school and everything. So it wasn't surprising to me that there was a therapy out there called music therapy, and in some way it would be helpful for Alexander.
Though music therapy is a relatively new profession in the eyes of many, its history spans centuries. The first mention of music as therapy dates back to an article written in Columbian Magazine in 1789 titled, "Music Physically Considered." The first professional coursework developed to train students in music therapy was developed in 1919, with the first professional music therapy organization developed in 1941. Music therapy, as defined by the American Music Therapy Association, is the clinical and evidence-based use of music interventions to accomplish individualized goals within a therapeutic relationship by a credentialed professional who has completed an approved music therapy program.
At that time, we saw a big need for service, but when I went on my internship and came back to Arizona, I realized although there were a lot of practicum experiences, there were no jobs for music therapists. So that's when I began the company to be able to get the service out into the community.
Over the last 20 years, researchers have examined the connection between music and the brain and found the primary and effective element to be rhythm. While speech and cognition are hemisphere-specific brain activities, meaning only specific sides of the brain are activated during these tasks, Rhythm activates many areas throughout the brain. This bilateral activation opens the way for rhythm and music to be used as an effective therapeutic medium with various clientele and diagnoses. Neurologic music therapy, or NMT, is the therapeutic application of music to cognitive, sensory, and motor dysfunctions due to neurologic disease of the human nervous system. NMT was developed in response to the research findings of rhythmicity and brain functioning, and requires an advanced level of training offered through the Center for Biomedical Research in Music at Colorado State University. NMT employs standardized clinical techniques supported by evidence through scientific research.
Once we went there and started the training, we really saw how that the information could really apply in a very practical way to persons with developmental disabilities. And we're actually the first group of music therapists to apply NMT in the area of developmental disabilities.
All music therapists at NMTSA are trained in the advanced level neurologic music therapy training and are required to participate in the NMT fellowship that follows and to maintain fellowship status throughout employment. NMTSA provides individual and group NMT sessions that address the individual needs of clients through the application of standardized NMT interventions based on scientific research of music and the brain. Through continual observation and evaluation of the client's needs and responses to treatment, specific interventions are selected and implemented to address areas of need and medical necessity, such as communication, motor skills, and cognitive functioning. Treatment is most effective when consistent positive strategies are implemented in all environments within an individual's daily life.
But I do know that one of the first therapies he ever did get was music therapy. And soon after that, we started having more language. We started having a kid that seemed to be more connected.
Yeah, he's reading, and he's got an interest in learning to read because she's trying to teach him the words to the songs that he really likes. She's teaching him those words. And so to do that, he's got to learn to read. So he is learning to read. And they're even saying that at school, that he's learning to read.
In the weeks when she comes here, and if she's having a bad week, or if the time getting to this therapy service, she starts to deteriorate. What'll happen is once we get here, she just seems to revert back to being a lot more calm, a lot more centered, a lot more focused, and she's able to do her other therapies a lot better.
Well, we've been coming here 4 years, and in that 4-year time period, she's made more academic progress at school than at any other time in her life. And I think that's due to a lot of different factors, but I think music therapy, because it helps organize her brain, has been a big factor in that. She's learned to read since we've been coming here, and she just overall is just kind of does better.
His teacher was one of the first people to tell me, whatever you do not drop music, because she sees, and he gets music on Fridays. She compares his behavior and how he is in class all week compared to the Friday that he arrives at school after music. And she says she sees a huge difference. He attends better, he's more focused, he's more alert. And so based on her feedback, there was no way that I was gonna, no matter how inconvenient and difficult it was to get down here, because I do come from quite a distance, I wasn't gonna drop it, especially when the teachers tell me. And so imagine now the teacher's thinking it's better that he misses out on some school activities, like he misses out about an hour and a half of the school day, because when he comes, he gets more out of whatever we're doing.